A popular Front of India poster on the wall of a school, an Islamic organization that advocates hardline Islam, putting up a poster saying "Save the Republic" outside a school in Shivamogga. And after India Today's report on this shocking poster on the wall of a school in Shivamogga, that poster has now been removed. The school has removed that popular Front of India poster from its gate after India Today reported it. Our report went viral locally and across Karnataka, triggered a great deal of outrage. How dare the popular Front of India try and come in and fish in troubled waters? They are already accused of instigating, stoking and fueling and aggravating students and their parents, goading them to go to the courts and create tension and distrust between students of different communities. And now the popular Front of India has the gall to go and put a poster on a school gate. And it took India Today's report for people on the ground to wake up and get that poster removed. And that poster, offensive as it is, says "Save the Republic." Nolan Pinto live with me on this. Nolan is the reporter who spotted that poster, reported on it. They've finally taken down that poster. The popular Front of India, trying to own and, put its stamp on what's going on. Nolan.
Shiv, from the localites, what I've gathered is that, yes, Save the Republic Day, they even have had it, they celebrated it or observed it even last year on the same day. But the question is this, Shiv, that is a school gate. You have young students over there, impressionable minds who will keep going in and out. And when they enter the school, they see this particular poster over there. They're talking about Save the Republic. Save the Republic on one side, and on the other side, you have the hijab row going on. You have the Karnataka High Court taking up this particular case. So won't this actually create some sort of, well, you're trying to influence all these young students, and this is the reason why your channel took this up. You can put this poster anywhere, but not on a school compound or not on a school gate where you have young students. Now, after India Today actually took this up, the police came there in large numbers and the school authorities finally took it down, Shiv.
Finally took it down. Shameful considering the implications of a poster going up on a school gate, especially at a time when students are already distrusting each other. These divisions have come in thanks to organizations, of fringe from both sides, creating this great deal of distrust and suspicion between students of different communities is something that we're going to focus on right now. Major India Today impact, that popular Front of India poster at the gate of an Urdu school in Shivamogga urging for hijab protests has been taken down. India Today had exposed more proof of the popular Front of India link with the hijab protests. The poster came to light as the colleges reopened today. The poster also urged persons to observe February 17th as Popular Front Day. The Islamist hardline group PFI and its campus outfit, the Campus Front of India, have maintained that they merely have been providing guidance to the students and are not taking part in the protest. They're basically the puppeteers behind the scenes. But several petitioners and hijab protesters have openly admitted to direct links with the PFI. This has given fresh ammunition to the ruling BJP government in Karnataka, which has accused radical groups using minor students as pawns in the hijab stir.
Standing outside the Urdu Higher Primary School, and I just happened to actually see this poster which is actually pasted on this school. And this is it. It says "Save the Republic," 17 February 2022 by the Popular Front of India. They say it's a rally, a public meeting, a unity march. In fact, they've given all their details over your Instagram, Twitter, all the details. So what is actually interesting as of now is because, first of all, the PFI, the CFI, STPI have been claiming that they're only providing guidance to the students. And then we had in the High Court where one of the advocates came out requesting the Karnataka High Court that this case be postponed, or basically the hearing happen after the elections that are taking place. And then now you see this post over here, while the Karnataka High Court is hearing this very contentious matter on the hijab. So this is one of the reasons why the Karnataka government, right from the beginning, with the Home Minister, the Education Minister, have been saying that these girls per se are not doing this on their own. They have the backing of someone. They are being used as pawns. And also, the Home Minister has said that it's not just one student or two students, but many of them have links with the PFI. Their parents, their cousins, their relatives are all associated with either the PFI, the STPI, or the CFI, and that they will be investigating this particular issue. And this particular poster that actually pasted over here clearly shows that there could be links, because the protest rally, it's called the Save the Republic, when all this is happening, is going to happen tomorrow.
Here's what Karnataka's Home Minister said about students being used as pawns by the Popular Front of India and its campus front. Take a look.
ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್ ನಿಂದನೇ ಶುರುವಾಗಿದೆ ಅಥವಾ ಹಿಂದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೆಲವಾರು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ CFI PFI ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಗೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಪ್ರೊವೋಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಕ್ಟೋಬರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ
ಇದೆ. ಕೆಲವು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಇದ್ದಾವೆ, ಓಕೆ, ಮತೀಯ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು, ಅವುಗಳು ಎದುರುಗಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಬಂದಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ಅದು ಪ್ರಕಟೀಕರಣ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾನು ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಹೌದು, ಇಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಅದನ್ನ ಆಳವಾಗಿ ಡಿಗ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಗಳು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಾನು ವಿಚಾರಣೆ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಈಗೇನು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳನ್ನು ತೆಗಿತೇವೆ, ಅಂತ ಸಂಘ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನು ಎಚ್ಚರ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಈ ದೇಶದ ಶಾಂತಿ ಸುವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಗೆ ಭಂಗ ತಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ರಮ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
Well, several pre-university colleges witnessed frayed nerves, heated arguments and high drama after reopening after a week of shutdown over the hijab fight. Despite High Court orders, standoffs between students and college authorities have been witnessed over wearing of hijab in many districts as students refused overall to remove their hijabs. The government had declared a holiday for all high schools and colleges in the state for 3 days from February 9th, and it was subsequently extended up to February 16th. The state government is likely to bring fresh guidelines for wearing hijabs in schools based on the High Court's proposal till the matter is sub judice. Meanwhile, the hearing will continue in the Karnataka High Court today at 2:30 p.m. This a day after the court rejected an affidavit which claimed alleged misuse of the interim order by the authorities. Prohibitory orders have been issued near colleges across Karnataka and security has been beefed up. As a preemptive measure, the Karnataka government has imposed Section 144 in several districts as colleges reopen. To India Today's Nolan Pinto and Nabila for more on the story. Nabila, to you first. Unsettling scenes in different parts of Karnataka, and I'm going to play those out for our viewers in just a moment. I've asked our producers to line those up because we want to hear what those students have said. But Nabila, what's the mood on the ground right now? Everyone's still awaiting, those interim guidelines, but it's clear that distrust has grown. It has taken root between students and the teacher community. This is dangerous, and we're likely to see even more scenes as this confusion continues.
Right, Shiv, keeping the politics aside for a moment, what's really glaring and heartbreaking is that innocent young girls are being sent back home. On one hand, you have Section 144 that's been implemented only to avoid any commotion. On the other, colleges or schools have not been instructed on how to handle the situation. They are allowing the girls to go walk out of the college premises right from the gate if they are refusing to take off the hijab. And there's a clear distinction where the interim court has said that only schools and colleges that have preset guidelines must maintain status quo. But those institutions that allowed earlier can continue doing so. But here it appears the panic situation has spread in such a manner where all girls ranging from 7-8 years who wore the hijab in the past, those same institutions, all the way to college degree girls, where I was at the Sagar Government Degree College, where the institution allowed for hijab until last week. But today are citing the government order, saying no, the government order is there. We are waiting for the verdict and only then will we allow girls with the hijab to come in. We have examinations, college examinations for 12th board exams, 10th board exams, degree exams final year, all of them in just a week's time, but yet it doesn't seem like the college managements or school managements want to interfere and get into a controversy, and therefore they're trying to stay out of it by keeping the children with the hijab outside entirely. We're waiting for SOPs from the Karnataka government. None of it has come so far. It's been 3 days. Possibly that could only help this commotion to settle at the earliest. That's a request to the Karnataka government, Shiv, that an intervention is must, because we're seeing lakhs of students and their future indulgence.
Nabila, Nolan also continues to be with me from Bengaluru. Nolan, where are those guidelines? They were supposed to, there was a high-level meeting that happened last night in the Bombay government in Bengaluru. Where are those guidelines? With each passing hour, this confusion, as you've been reporting, as Nabila has been reporting, is only becoming bigger and bigger.
Well, Shiv, we saw the same situation turn out right here in Shivamogga, where I am at the DVS college. Now, what really happened was that I spoke to the professor. You had around 30 students who had come in their hijab. They went inside. They were allowed to enter. And then they came out. And when I asked them why did they come out, they said that earlier they were actually allowed to wear their hijab inside the classroom itself. But as of now, the college authorities are not allowing them to do so. So they were very, very miffed, saying that, why are you stopping us? When I put this to the professor of that particular institution, the DVS institution right here in Shivamogga, he says that yes, we were allowing them to wear their hijab inside, but as of now, he cites the High Court order. And privately, we have learned that most of the institutions over here are worried. They don't want any sort of chaos or chaotic situation in their campus. So they are basically now telling a blanket ban. No hijab, no saffron shawls, no blue shawls and no green shawls, nothing till the Karnataka High Court comes out with the order. They know that they can actually allow those girls to wear their hijab and come inside, but they're just worried. So that is the problem. And eagerly, like Nabila stated, if the Karnataka High Court can, not the High Court, I beg your pardon, if the Karnataka government can come out with a standard operating procedure, it will actually put a lot of these issues at rest.
Stay with me, Nabila and Nolan. Take a look at, what is turning out to be every parent's nightmare. These images and reports from the ground from various locations across Karnataka on how this situation is spiraling out of control. These are disturbing scenes, I must warn you. Take a look at this.
One student coming right now over here, asking them to enter this. I'm just actually going to speak to her.
This is not rules. What they are doing there?
Were you allowed to wear the hijab earlier?
No. Now ಏನಾದರೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಲೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಾ? ಓದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? ಹರಿದೋಗಿರೋ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಇದ್ರೇನು ಬಾ ಓದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲಿ?
What are they telling you?
They are telling that don't wear hijab and burqa. What it means?
Earlier you could come with a hijab inside. Earlier were they allowing you to wear?
Yes.
Okay, but now what are they telling you now?
They tell us to don't wear hijab, neither burqa. What is that meaning?
And your exams are coming up.
21 ಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಈಗ ಓದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಅದು? ನಾವು ಏನಾದರೂ ಕೊನೆ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಓದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು.
Well, in fact, another student over here who has just come over here, she said that her internals are coming up in the next few days. She said that earlier they would allow them to wear their hijab inside, but now they are not allowing them to do so. She said that we are not coming over here to do anything wrong. We're just students. The college allowed us, gave us permission to wear a hijab, so why are they stopping us now? The authorities, in fact, what they tell us is that considering what really happened in the past few days, where girls were allowed to wear their hijab inside, and then you had boys wearing the saffron shawl, the institution did not want or does not want to take any sort of chances, and that's one of the reasons why they're not allowing them to wear any sort of religious attire, that is a hijab, even though they allowed them earlier. In fact, the police personnel are present over here. They're not doing anything as such because these are students that you're talking about. So this is the situation outside the DVS institutions right here in Shivamogga. With video journalist Madhuwar, Nolan Pinto for India Today.
order we are supposed to follow, because there will be a law and order disturbances. So therefore we are following this order. Though not, we don't even have that kind of institution.
Dr. G. Shankar Government College here in Udupi. None of the girls wearing the hijab have been allowed inside classrooms. These girls, very agitated, have come out to speak to the media. They're insisting that this is, they've worn for many years. The college has come up with this rule all of a sudden, based on the interim order. They're trying to speak to the media. Of course, these girls, some of them breaking down, crying, saying that this is unfair. They're not being treated equally. They've been asked to sit in separate classrooms, and that they will ensure that the college allows them in, and they will wait for the college authorities to change their mind. And until then, they will be seated inside the college premises. They're not willing to step out either, and they're also not willing to take online classes. They say, all of them are taking online classes. We'll take online classes, but we're not going to be singled out.
They didn't allow us to sit in the class without removing our hijab. They told to change burqa and hijab in the waiting room and then get inside the class. We refused. That's it. They told, if you want to remove this for your education purpose, remove the hijab and get inside the class. We did not. All of a sudden, why they have to change the institution rules and regulation? Is this the right thing to do? We are just before the examination. We have exam next week. This is really ridiculous thing happening around.
हम लोगों को प्रिंसिपल ने बोला कोर्ट का ऑर्डर ऐसा आया है, आप लोग क्या करोगे? तो मैंने साफ साफ हम लोग सब मिलके बोल दिए कि हम नेक्स्ट कोर्ट के ऑर्डर को वेट करेंगे. हम सिर्फ नेक्स्ट कोर्ट के ऑर्डर को वेट करेंगे. तब तक हम ये नहीं निकालेंगे. सर बोले कि तुम आज जाओ, कल आओ, परसों हम वेलकम ही करेंगे आप लोगों को.
Are they allowing you inside class with the hijab?
No.
They are saying no. What about other areas like canteen and all?
बोले कि अलाउ नहीं करते. एज अ बैड मैनर से नहीं, गुड मैनर से ही पूछे. इतना सब झगड़ा हो रहा है, तुम क्यों एजुकेशन खराब कर रहे हो? गुड मैनर से ही पूछे वो हम लोगों को. बैड मैनर से कोई नहीं पूछा.
It's the first day after hijab issue that colleges in Karnataka have opened up. We are in Kundapura district of Karnataka here. Outside the government college, you can see that notices have been put up about the prohibitory order under section 144, which is in place, so that no protest or any other unlawful activity takes place. If you look inside the college, you see the staff is standing here alert, and there is also senior police officials who are present for years to keep an eye on the law and order. There is police deployment even outside the college. What we are witnessing as per the hijab issue is concerned, that students who are wearing hijab, they are removing it before entering the college. That is now a clear guideline after interim order by the Karnataka High Court, that you cannot enter wearing hijab inside the school or college premises, and that is a rule which is now being followed. The Karnataka police is trying its best to keep the law and order in control, so that till the time the final verdict on this entire issue comes up, things can function smoothly in schools and colleges. With camera person Prashant Bhatt, Mustafa Sheikh for India Today.
ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಚಾಲು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿರ್ತೀವಿ.